Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is ohaple, and today I'm going to be bringing you a commentary over some awesome Akimbo Magnum gameplay. And now, some of you guys right off the bat are going to be sitting here thinking, what are you doing with those Acogs on those Akimbo Magnums? You can't even ADS when it's Akimbo. Well, that's true. The reason I'm doing it is there is an operation in Call of Duty Ghosts called Clueless. It says, I have no clue what I'm doing, or something like that. And it's a dog with 3D glasses on it. It's kind of a fun challenge, and the challenge is to get 200 kills with these guns. And kind of the point is that you're really hindering yourself because you're using the Magnums, which are a pretty poor pistol to begin with because they're slow fire time and low ammo capacity. And then you're making a Akimbo, which is even worse, and then you're throwing on Acog, which wastes, the extra slots for your perks for throwing on the extra attachment. So it really is kind of a hindered perk, but I managed to go 30-1 with it in this. This is an awesome gameplay, and I'm just going to give you guys some tips on how you can complete this Clueless challenge for yourself. It is really good. I watched Drifter do a video on this, and I really enjoyed his video. I wasn't going to do a video on it until I got this gameplay and said, I got to show this to my people. This is going to be sweet. Kind of what Drifter's point was in his video is that the irony is the patch says, I have no clue what I'm doing, but by the time you've completed this challenge, you will know what you're doing because playing with a handicap tends to make us better players. I did a whole series back in Modern Warfare 3, I guess it might have been. Maybe it was Black Ops 2, about how knifing can make you a better player. If you go into Search and Destroy or TDM and just do knifing only, you're going to be really frustrated to start, and by the end, you are going to be a god. You're going to switch back to your ACR or your FAD or whatever your power weapon is, and you're going to feel like you're just a pro all of a sudden because you've really learned to be more aware, how to manage the map properly, stuff like that, just to barely keep you alive. So that's something that this class will do as well. So I do recommend doing it. It's kind of a cool patch. And I want to give you guys some tips specifically for this. I'm running Scavenger. You got to have Scavenger on if you're planning on getting more than like 4 or 5 kills with it, because otherwise you just drain the ammo in this very, very quickly. I run some speed perks, and I run steady aim. Steady aim helps a lot when you're running Akimbos, just because you got to tighten that in, make it so you can hit more shots. One thing you'll see me do a lot in this game, especially towards the end of it, is lay down, sit still, and then fire. And that seems very unintuitive because usually when we're using, a marksman rifle, an assault rifle, an SMG, whatever, you are aiming down sights, your gun is accurate whether you're moving left, right, up, down, it doesn't matter. But when you are moving with Akimbo weapons like this, it's the same as hip firing. And when you're hip firing, you're better off going prone and laying down, and just not moving. This applies to Akimbos, this applies to hip-fire SMGs, this applies to the chainsaw, which is a hip-fire only gun. So keep that in mind when you're doing this, that you can get kills a lot further away than you think you can if you just lay down and sit still. You'll see here, this is what I'm talking about managing the map. Stuff like that, I probably would have just challenged him upright if I had an assault rifle, but having these guns, it really made me think about how to take that engagement differently, and that makes it so that I start thinking those situations through a lot more, and that makes it so that when I then go back to an assault rifle, I will play better. So, okay, so the tips, use those perks, lay down, sit still, and fire. Fire them all at once, just go both triggers at the same time, but be careful not to spam the triggers too fast. It's very, very easy to oversample the Magnums. I used to have that problem a lot where I'd just be hitting the triggers as fast as I can because I'm used to using the faster firing pistols, and when I'd be spamming the trigger on these, it would just make the fire rate abysmal. It just makes it so bad. So you have to learn the timing of the fire rate and then pull the triggers at that timing. Some people I've seen in previous games prefer to do one after the other, after the other, after the other. But the problem I have with that is when you fire hip fire, it actually expands out that kind of crosshairs that you have. And so if you fire them one after the other, you're just constantly keeping your hip fire spread pretty wide, when what you really want to do is just fire them at the same time while it's really narrow, wait until it comes back in, fire at the same time again, wait till it comes back in, fire at the same time, so on and so forth. If you can accomplish that, it's pretty good. You can get some good long-range kills. See here, I decided not to challenge him. Lay down on the grass, get ready for the kill. That's a reasonably long-range kill. This is my only death of the game as I get taken on both sides. But I want you guys to really watch this last kill here in the game. It's coming up in a minute. This shows, it's not for another 30 seconds or so, but it shows really the range you can get this with. I can kill people halfway across the map as long as I'm laying down, sitting still, and firing. that's all I pretty much got for that. I had a pretty ambitious kill streak set up on this. I was running the helicopter pilot as my top kill streak, which honestly was a mistake for this class. I probably shouldn't have that on for as short range of guns as these are, because these really are hindered. I've only maybe earned the heli pilot twice with this class setup. So I would recommend maybe running support while you're using these, or running low specialist or low assault, because the high assault streaks are just hard to get while you're using this. This is a two-piece that's coming up here in just a second that I really wanted to point out about the range of these things. It's a 2-hit kill for most ranges. It seems like it's a 3-hit kill at some ranges. These guys are way over there. Watch this. I go for the kill, and you guys are probably thinking, that's ridiculous. Why would you even go for this kill? But boom, I get it right there. And that's not super uncommon. I'm waiting for the second guy. He doesn't end up coming. I do the same exact thing. I kill a guy right here to my left. See him laying down here in a second. And then I do the same prone deal to the last guy that I kill. You saw while I was moving and jumping there, it missed him even though I was right on target. Look at this. He has no chance just because I'm laying down with these Akimbo Magnums. Anyways, that was a pretty fun game. If you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, make sure to leave a like. Hope these tips helped you guys getting this operation done. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. Take it easy.